Okay, today we're going to be tying a fly called the Panfish candy. You're going to start out with, I use a 4/0 regular panfish hook from Walmart. I don't like spending a lot of money on my stuff, you know, because there's no need to. Okay, you're going to need, start out with some bead chain eyes, just like the ones you'd use on your light. Gold, silver, whatever color you prefer. Doesn't matter. Get you 2. And you break them. And you get you your bead chain eyes. Alright. Now you're gonna want to lay down a thread base. It doesn't have to be crazy, like all the way back to the bend or anything. Just it doesn't really matter, just wherever you feel like. I run it back and run it back up, just because that's the way I usually do it. Okay. Now you're going to want to snip that off. Now you're going to want to tie your bead chain eyes in. You're going to want to do it real close to the front of the hook eye, because there's really no reason to put it any farther back, and it gives it more weight in the front. The way it sinks, say like as if it was swimming down, because it's supposed to just resemble a bug or anything. It doesn't really matter. The fish don't care. They really like this fly, and I like it too. Alright, get you some crazy glue, dab it on there, make sure they stays good. Okay, now I'm going to be tying this color today called LSU Candy, which is just yellow marabou and purple marabou. Okay, you want to start out with the lighter color first, stripping it off the thing. And it can be sloppy. That's the whole idea of this fly, how I invented it. You just slop it all on there. It doesn't really, you don't want it too far back the hook, because they don't like all that if it's that far back the hook. You're going to put more, so it doesn't matter. Alright, now get you some purple marabou. Strip that off. And it's okay if it comes with, like, when you strip it off, it's got that. That's alright. You can just snip that off. And you put it on there. You always want to put the lighter color first. I've tied this thing in many different colors, and it looks really beautiful on every one. Caught a bunch of fish on it. A lot of big bluegill. I've even caught a couple crappie. And, the idea is to make it look real, like, poofed up. So you always got to keep just throwing it over and throwing wraps in it. It doesn't matter. It looks good either way. Alright, I'm going to put a little bit more yellow. Layer it on there. I mean, you can do whatever you want, whatever you think is best. But that's just the way I tie it. And it's supposed to look really shaggy, because the fish really like that. The marabou goes crazy in the water when it looks like this. Alright. But you don't want it too far back behind the hook barb. I usually don't even put it all the way back to the hook barb. I think it looks good, really. I think it looks good without it. Without going back that far. They don't really care. Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties. Sorry, there you go. Let's see how that looks. Maybe a little bit more yellow back in the back. Now, the idea of it is to really make it sloppy, because I tried to make it real clean one time and tried it out, and it didn't really work. Fish didn't really come to it like they come to this. And you'll catch a lot of bass on it. I know it's called the Panfish Candy, but this is probably the best color that I tie it in. And I've tied it in like here. Here's a green and orange one. Looks real good. Okay. And after it gets wet, like if you just the first fly cast out there, first couple ones out there, it won't really want to sink, because all the marabou just get it real wet and it'll sink with those bead chain eyes. But I mean, if you have real light line or floatable line, it won't sink real well. But now you just want to get any color that you would like of rubber legs. I've got all kinds of colors. What color do I want to put on this one? Here, let me get some. And you're supposed to make it really contrast out, like however you'd like it. I'm going to get a couple strands of yellow. And I just get old spinnerbait skirts that I don't care about, and old messed up ragtag ones, and those are the ones that work the best anyway. You only need really one piece, because you don't really need a whole lot. And then you're going to want to cut it in half. Just cut your little piece of it right there in half. And then tie it in just like that. Sorry, my fly tying vise is really old. Okay, and after you got those legs tied in on each side, oh, I forgot what kind of yarn thread I'm using. I'm just using some of my mom's thread. It's a peach colored. I've got purple, blue, whatever, you name it. And then you're really done. There's nothing much to do to it. You don't want to put super glue on it to tie it off or to finish it off, because then it'll mess up the feathers, marabou, and it'll just mess them all up real bad. So it's a really good fly to use, and just throw it anywhere, really. I just throw it out in open water where there'd be bluegill, and you will catch one. Works real good. Got a real crazy profile. Works real good. Catch a ton on it. See, you can't really see the rubber legs real well, but you can put ones that contrast out real well, or you could trim them up, or whatever you prefer to do. And see, I fish in just ponds and stuff, so whenever I throw it out there, it doesn't really matter if it sinks a lot, but if you want to, like before, you can lay down a thread base, or not a thread base, but you can put some wire on it. That works real good if you put wire on it. And remember, 4/0 to 6/0 to 10/0 hook, whatever you want to use. You can make them really little, you can make them really big. I mean, whatever. Alright, this is CVWhite@gmail.com. Out.